So this figure is apparently getting reported, right? And a lot of Karens, I mean like girls specifically, are actually reporting this particular figure. Now you might be looking at it and it's huge, and I get it, right? It's huge. But a lot of South Korean residents, they made 100 calls to the police, right? They literally called the police trying to get this figure to be banned. Right? I know, right? We live in a crazy world. People are offended by figurine nowadays. Now, why are people offended by figurines? Apparently, this figurine is not really about the figurine. It's more about the message that this figurine represents, or the connotation, the message, and also the style of what it represents, right? So I'm sure you guys are familiar with stereotyping, right? Stereotyping is like very, very important. Like yesterday we talked about dreadlocks, remember? Yesterday we talked about dreadlocks. So if you see like a dreadlocks in a white skin character, some people might find that offensive, right? But in Korea, this style is apparently offensive or very stereotyping towards women, alright? Women don't like it, right? So let's read the article so that you guys can understand, right? So this figure is called Dongtan Missy. Apparently, it's allegedly insulted residents of the neighborhood, right? So it sure would be a shame if you included links to where you can buy it. So you can see right here, let me see. So South Korean residents of this particular city, Hwaesong City, are incensed over a popular anime figure depicting a woman wearing skin-tight dress with a plunging neckline. Alright, so the figure, which has been called Dongtan Missy, is allegedly based on the social stereotype of women from that particular neighborhood. So you can see why it's stereotyping, and a lot of people don't like it in that sense, right? A lot of people from that particular neighborhood don't like it, right? Other people, they don't really care, right? For me, like, I don't really care either. So that's just what it is. The figure is based on the artwork of K-Pring and features a character with seductive narrow eyes and wearing a face mask. So there's literally even a Nikkei character like this, right? The Killer Wife, that has that particular one. Let me see if I can log into just to show you guys, right? Yeah, so this is one of the character from Nikkei, right? I'm sure you guys have seen her before if you guys play Nikkei, but if you guys haven't, it is a very common style.
Really,
alright, very common
laundry,
style. So it's going to be something that you'll see a lot. Let me see if I can show the YouTube video, right? So this is going to be the figurine right here, right? So again, this figurine can be a bit too much. Now, is it too much? I think it's pretty high quality, right? The figurine looks like it's a very high quality figurine. It looks like there's a lot of things going on, right? I think like if the figurine has this good of a printing, the eyes is very good quality. The clothes seems a bit tight, but you can see the outlines of the cheeks right there, the cake, okay? Now that can be a little bit offensive, it depends, right? But other than that, I do think that whoever it's by Good Smile Company, is it? Damn, okay, no wonder it's that good. Good Smile Company, I'm very familiar with their figures overall. You can even see the belly button. How can you see the belly button though? So you can see, right, Dongtan style. And so toys, very good for the male gaze. So yeah, overall this is what is currently catching heat in South Korea. But like I mentioned earlier, it is a style overall. If you were to look it up, for example, in let's see, I'm sure if I look up Dongtan style, there will be. Let me look it up, right? Hopefully there's nothing. Yeah, you can see these are the common style. Oh. If I search up Dongtan style on Google Images, you can see these are the images that you'll find, right? Obviously, it's a very common style, very common. I guess the dress has to be that particular color, right? But yeah, you can see this is commonly what's being used. And maybe it's like a stereotyping that a lot of them are not a big fan of, right? Would I buy that on Temu? She's missing 2 dots. Alright, calm down with the dots, right? We don't do the dots right here. The dots can be very offensive. Okay, so according to Mail Business newspaper, it even appeared in newspaper as well, which is kind of crazy, right? Individuals have been contacting law enforcement in South Korea in order to have the figure pulled from sale both in store and online. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, these are usually done by the Karens, right? The Karens, the girl. I don't think guys are going to like be very offended by this, right? If a guy look at this figure, they'll be like, okay, it's a good looking figure. Should I buy this? Okay, probably not. If it's too expensive, don't buy it. If it's expensive, buy it, right? So I do think that people that get offended by this are usually the Karens or the woman, right? The woman, right? Part of the Dongtan Missy stereotype is due to the neighborhood's affluence, alright, giving the appearance of a young but sophisticated married woman. And I guess, you know, some of them find that very offensive, right? Because when it comes to stereotype, generally, that's just how it is. That's just how it is, right? Woke activity in South Korea. No, it's not about being woke, right? It's something that you see in every culture as well, right? Maybe a gay guy probably gets offended by... I'm not sure about a gay guy in South Korea. I'm not too sure as well. So South Korea has an infamously reactionary feminist movement, alright, which regularly comes after anime and video games for what they consider to be insulting depictions of women. So in case you guys are not aware, right? I'm sure some of you guys are not aware of the culture in South Korea. They do have a very sensitive feminist culture right there, right? You know how in America it's like the woke culture, but in South Korea it's like the feminist culture, right? You guys remember back then there's that small hand sign that was in all the video game, and that got like a lot of games were affected, right? Brown Dust 2 was affected. They had to like change the drawings and stuff. It was quite a big thing back then, right? I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that. That was like, was it last year or 2 years ago? The one that you show the finger sign, right? That's something that you know, is used to be very, very offensive, and it is specific to that particular region. I feel like China don't really care about that. Every other global part don't really care about that, but it is a South Korean thing, right? So yeah, the figure is available in the relatively affordable $60 to $90 price range depending on which store you buy it from. Wow, censorship of South Korea. They are probably just jealous. They don't look like that in the figurine. I'm going to be honest, there's no real woman that you'll find that will be this huge. Maybe there is, but it's probably like, yeah, obviously the figurine is exaggerating the figures, right? It's exaggerating the huge. That's just how it is. Low birth rate drama. Hey, but yeah, I didn't know that this is going to be a thing, or could be a thing even, that people do go after figures, but apparently it's a common thing in South Korea actually. They actually attack a lot of the anime and also like anything that's like depicting women in a very like sexual way. They do get attacked quite often right there.